Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to another exciting episode of Channel X. We're actually doing this episode on a weekend because of a botched mess up that I've done on Thursday's show, and we'll get to that later. I am, of course, your lovable, humble host, the Master of Ceremonies, Tom Dog 247, and as always, I'm Tom Dog all day and Tom Dog all night. Whoa, baby, alright. So, as I just mentioned, yeah. I did a pretty good show on Thursday. However, due to a mess up of mine, which was totally my fault, stupid me forgot to put on the mic. Now, I have this little thing, and apparently it was off. So, I completely forgot about that, and so yeah, I felt like a fool, and I felt embarrassed that I spent a whole hour just thank God I didn't do a Channel X Top 5, because if I did, that would be bad. So, so let's get the shot. Let's get the show started and everything like that. Let's get it underway and everything like that. Yeah, I know I got a lot of crap there. I just want to get the show out of the way as quickly as possible. First off, big shout out to my good buddy Josh. Big shout out to my good buddy Josh. Has his podcast on podbean.com and the Podbean app, and you can also check it out on iTunes. It's Absolute Talk with Josh Albert, and this Sunday, which is tomorrow, he's going to be having a good an old friend of ours, old friend of mine, and his on the show. I've talked about him a number of times on my show, and good buddy of mine, Mr. Speedo. He's gonna be checking it out. And you guys should check it out too. It's a very, from what I hear, it's a pretty good show. And after you check out that episode, you can check out the appearance that I did with Josh, and definitely worth checking out. And again, that's Absolute Talk with Josh Albert, and you can check it out. You can check it out on the iTunes Podbean app, and you can check it out at absolutetalk.podbean.com. Also, big shout out to all my friends over at Gamer Geeks and Gaming Pros and otherwise on Facebook. Check it out. We always have a great time on there. Definitely do so on Facebook. Tell them Tom Dog sent you. Big shout out to my good friend Jen. Just Jen tears it up every time that she can and everything. Very good friend of mine, and so just doing what she can, everything. So big shout out to her, Just Jen. And of course, last but not least, two good friends, Marissa and David. What's that? We actually just got back from the Caribbean Jerk Festival, and we had a good time. And everything like that, and so and we had to make sure that we were completely hydrated. Oh my God, was it hot outside? It's literally hot out here in the East Coast, and it's ridiculous. Let's talk about the plugs, though, to cool things down with some ice cold plugs. If you have not yet subscribed to Loot Crate, you're missing out on some awesome stuff. We have there's some wonderful stuff going on. There's some wonderful stuff going on with Loot Crate. So far, I have not yet received my Colossal Crate yet. From what I understand, there's a delay. But they are coming. They are coming, and they'll be coming as soon as possible. So as soon as I get that, I will do the unboxing. Unfortunately, it's going to be in July, so we'll see what happens. But the July's crate is looking to be really good as well too. They have the team up, and on this one, there's actually going to be 2 T-shirts in this one, so definitely worth checking out. So you can have one, and you can give one to your friend there or anything like that, and definitely don't want to miss out on that. So, and of course, there's some special offers going on right now. So you don't want to miss out on that. The promo codes are on the website too. So go onto the website and save yourself some money there on your first Loot Crate box. Definitely don't want to miss out on that, especially this one, because this one is going to be pretty big. If you have not yet subscribed to the Funko subscription boxes, you're missing out on awesome stuff too. You got those from Disney Treasures, Star Wars Smuggler's Bounty, DC Collector, and Marvel Collector and DC Legion of Collectors. So you don't want to miss out on that, and because they are really, really awesome. So alright. And of course, this episode is brought to you by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. Trade in your old video games and consoles, from retro video games, accessories, and systems. You can also trade in your DVD box sets and Blu-rays. Also, you can trade in your sports cards and novelty items, as well as wrestling collectibles and autographed items, spanning from sports, wrestling, and actors. And there's 2. And if you happen to be in the Connecticut area, there's a couple of locations in there, and if you want a list of where they're going to be at, you can check them out on their website, and the events and everything. You can check it out on their website at mjvideogamesandcollectibles.com. Also, this episode is brought to you by She-Bean, home of the Alpaca Blanca. She-Bean Brewing Company located here in Connecticut. And check out their wonderful beer. They got a new one they have a new one out, which is a smoothie. It's an orange creamsicle, and it's their first milkshake beer, first milkshake IPA. So I'm actually gonna, as soon as I get some money, I'm actually gonna pick up some, and definitely worth checking out. I definitely want to try that. So it's the Alpaca Blanca. And on this one, see a little llama, and you can check out their on their website on shebeanbrewing.com, or you can follow them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or the Untapped app on your mobile phone. So definitely don't want to miss out on that, because it is awesome. So before we get the show started, I gotta munch on this greasy taco. That's right, I went there. I did. I love me a good taco. I love a good taco. I love eating tacos. What can I say? I'm thirsty. I am so bad. I need to get laid. I really do. So, I was supposed to do a show yesterday. For the simple reason of due to my mess up on Thursday's show. But yesterday wasn't even my fault. Because what happened was I was having some server issues. Because sometimes when it gets too hot, like tonight, I have some connection. I do run into some connection issues, and it's nothing. It happens. Sometimes. There's glitches and bugs in the systems and everything like that. There's nothing wrong with it. But I couldn't go online and everything. So, trying to get the show ready and everything, and it was just like not happening. So I couldn't do the show last night. So I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna watch a couple of movies and go to bed. So, that's why I'm doing the show tonight, because, in case something happens, I could just cut it off and end it there. So, next week, though, I am going to be doing a Wednesday episode, in honor of 4th of July, so it's going to be a special 4th of July episode. We do that every year, and we're going to have a lot of, and of course, we're going to have a lot of fun with that. I didn't buy the yacht, so on this version, because y'all know that I'm playing, of course, on the PlayStation and not the Xbox, because I have all that. I have it on the yacht, have the yacht on the Xbox version. So the yacht is next on the list. So. So, with that being said, but we'll find something to do. But of course, I'll be decked out in my 4th of July gear and everything. So we're definitely gonna have a lot of fun with that. So it's going to be on next Wednesday. This coming Wednesday, and we're going to have fun with that. For those who've been checking out my YouTube channel lately, I added a new show to the lineup, and of course it is Tom Dog Riffs. Every Halloween, I do something, sometimes with story-based games, or anything that's scary and everything. This one, of course, was no exception, and we actually had a lot of fun. We actually had a lot of fun with it, and I debuted the show with Batman, the Telltale series, and we're going to be continuing that, because we actually had a lot of fun doing that. So maybe I'm going to make it like a week, continue making that a weekly thing. So we'll start that on next Sunday, and we're still having Wrestling Prime. It's just that, with my work schedule and everything like that, it's been really tough to come up with something good and everything like that. So since I work on Sundays, it's very difficult to do what I want to do. and everything. So I have to figure out something, or just have somebody do the show and then they just remember to, you know, email me the link, you know, so I can put it on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. So I may have to hire some people, because this is only me that's doing this. So, but we got something there. I'm thinking about doing something for SummerSlam that's coming up, because I always watch the big four every year and everything like that. So this year will be no exception to that, because it's the 30th anniversary of SummerSlam. So that's something to definitely look forward to. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So, anyways, going back on about yesterday. Yesterday was, you know, being Friday and everything, it was the last day of Toys R Us. And I didn't know what time the store over here near me was going to close, and I missed out on it, unfortunately. But I mean, it is really sad. But I do want to read an excerpt on their webpage, if I can get it. Let's see. Yep, here we go. Okay. All right. And this is their last name that they posted on their website. It says, "Play on. Thanks to each of you who shared your amazing journey and through parenthood with us. And to every grandparent, aunt, uncle, brother, and sister who's built a couch cushion rocket ship, made up a hero adventure, or invented something gooey. Promise us just this one thing. Don't ever give up and play on." So that is right there. Check that out. So I mean, it really is sad to see it go, and I brought it up many times on this episode, so about what they could have done to stay afloat. And it's sad. It really is sad to see something like that that's been around for so many years, even way before I was even born. And I mean, it's just sad. And but I feel like it's the only logical thing to do, and that's to induct Jeffrey the Giraffe into the Channel X Hall of Fame. Wherever he goes, just know that Jeffrey has a spot in the Channel X Hall of Fame, because you know what? I'm still never gonna grow up, and I'm still gonna be a Toys R Us kid, and I don't care, because today's youth missed out. Today's youth missed out. With the smartphones, and it's just like Toys R Us could have actually did some, but from a business standpoint, they dropped the ball too. Everybody did. Everybody dropped the ball in this situation, and And yeah, we can say that, that the prices were too expensive, but whenever there were good bargains out there, we took advantage. Oh, believe me, we took advantage of it. We did. It didn't matter. We took advantage of it, and it was an experience. I remember being a kid and going to Toys R Us, and Jeffrey the giraffe was there. I'd high five him, give him a big old, give him a hug, and this is when I was a wee little tyke, and Popeye was. I remember Popeye being there, and some other characters, and it was awesome. It really was awesome to see my favorite cartoon characters um, at Toys R Us, and it was really awesome. And I wanted to go when the Ninja Turtles were there, and I was sad that I missed out because that would have been one hell of a picture to take. But but to a business standpoint, though, you know, corporate missed out. They missed out. They had to keep up with the times, and it's sad because of the fact that you have to, if they allowed to do online shopping, they could have still stay afloat. You know, Macy's is doing it. Um, all the other big businesses are doing it. So why not? And because of Amazon and everything like that, it's sad. It literally is sad that Toys R Us didn't merge with another company to compete with Amazon. Now, Macy's, they said um, that they're in tough competition with Amazon. I don't believe to be true because Amazon has different varieties than Macy's does. You see, and it's no surprise. I work for them and everything, and even I have to disagree with that statement because number one, they don't sell toys. I mean, they do, but it's usually around Christmas time when that happens, and you don't sell video games. I mean, you do have some electronics, but it's lackluster. I mean, you can only you can only have so many Dre beats, and but still, it's just sad all around and everything like that. Hold on. Don't you hate it when your ear gets itchy, especially when you have a headset on, and it's just so bad. So then on top of that, it's tickling your ear. Hold on. There we go. Hey. Feel better now. And but it's just sad. It really is sad that they had the opportunity to do everything, to still stay afloat, and now they're not. Now there's talks about KB Toys coming back, and I don't even know if that's going to happen now because of this. I mean, if they do it right and just be online, then that's fine. I have no problem with that. But, but you never know. You never know. And then, of course, Apple and Samsung, the 7-year trial for Apple and Samsung is finally over. They had a little bit of a dispute, and to be quite honest with you, it was ridiculous. From what's going on, Apparently, Apple sued Samsung because Samsung was um, stealing ideas, stealing credit from Apple, and and it was pretty bad. I didn't realize that, and it's kind of like the whole Schick versus Gillette issue. Um, it's kind of like that fiasco. I mean, it's like what does Schick and Gillette have to do with cell phone? And I said a lot because of the fact that there's a lot of similarities, even though the difference is that Gillette and Schick are razors, shaving razor, shavers, shaver razors, and of course Samsung and Apple are with mobile electronics. And but it was kind of shady for Apple to do so because of the fact that, you know, I don't think Apple was stealing a lot of stuff to begin with. I mean, we don't know who really was the first one to come up with the smartphone. We really don't know. It's like we can never answer that question. Some will say Apple, some will say Samsung, some will even say Nokia. Excuse me. Some will even say Motorola. But we don't. We would never know. We never. Excuse me. And it's just sad all around. It really is. It's sad all around that you know. But you have to give credit. You have to face facts. I mean, Samsung hasn't done anything that Apple's done because first of all, Samsung. If you look at the Samsung phones, there's no FaceTime. So yeah, and now Apple has these 3D emojis or something like that they're kind of like Tom the Cat. Man, hold on a second. I gotta blow my nose. Don't you hate that when that happens? You know, I'm trying to do a live show, and I gotta give my nose a blowjob. And yeah, I did say it like that. There, perfect. But it's sad. And a lot of the stuff I even question about Apple is like, what does Samsung do? It's like Samsung doesn't have FaceTime, certainly doesn't have those 3D interaction, those 3D um augmented reality emojis or whatever the hell you want to call them. I mean, they're creepy as shit for number one, and and Samsung's phones are not over a thousand, not over $1,000. I mean, Jesus Christ. Take a look at the new, the latest Apple iPhone. It's like $1,300 for a new iPhone. It's ridiculous. And you don't see anybody, there's no Samsung store. You don't see people lining up for blocks down an end and everything like that to await for the new app for the new Samsung phone to come out. You know, And another difference is that the fact that Apple phones don't explode. Sorry to break a nerve to you on Samsung there, because, everybody knows what happened to the Galaxy S7. We all know. And they went out with a bang. But it's stupid. It's stupid because, it's like they're also plus also they're jealous of the fact that the Samsung, and plus also the price, the prices are different too, as I just mentioned. It's like Samsung phones are actually a lot cheaper than an Apple phone, than an iPhone, which, to be honest with you, you can't argue with that. And Samsung is powered by Android. So what? It's an Android phone. Apple iPhones are iOS. So technically, Samsung should not have lost that battle. But, since it's Apple and they're making tons of money all the time, they have enough power to do so. You know, I'm sure that's what Steve Jobs wanted before he died. That's just like saying to Xbox that, you know Sony Sony is stealing all their ideas and everything like that, or vice versa. You know, it's stupid, is what I'm saying. And speaking of Sony, they got pretty much egg on their face after the latest video that happened last week. Um, as far as in regards to crossplay, and the game in question, of course, is Fortnite, and it's a hot commodity, so I'll leave it alone. Um, which I always do because of the fact that the game is good, and I really don't have nothing to say for it other than the fact that I suck at it, and that's okay. That's okay. I just don't have to play it, but I will again, so I can do some YouTube videos to prove how badly I suck. So you guys can make fun of me on that. I really don't care because I think it is kind of funny that I am the worst Fortnite player in the game. Immediately, as soon as I come on, as soon as I land down, I'm dead. How embarrassing is that? How embarrassing is that? It's like I'm trying to survive and everything, and that ain't happening. But anyways, Sony is missing out on the chance to play alongside Xbox and Nintendo. Um, and it's making it, and Sony's making it very difficult for for those who have Fortnite accounts, Epic accounts, um, and if you have it for the Xbox and the Switch, you're fine because you can thanks to the cross-platform play, you can carry on where you left off. But if you have it on the PlayStation, you would have to have a separate account, which means you have to start everything all over from scratch, and that means wasting even more money on the content that you already bought. And to me, that's not fair. And I'm a little bit disappointed with Sony, the fact that they're not doing this, and I just think their reasons are stupid. They really are. I think these reasons are stupid because it's like, oh, we could play with PC. It's like, yeah, barely. Here's a missed opportunity to be really marketable with Fortnite and make it more competitive than it already is, and the fact that with esports being a hot commodity as well too, this could be a thing. And the fact that Sony's not jumping on board with this is ridiculous, because I think a lot of crossovers would be great. I mean, just think about it. Think about this. What if Super Smash, what if Super Smash Brothers, thanks to cross-platform play, can make a jump to the Xbox? You know how awesome that would be, and and with the cross-platform play, you can actually play with Switch players. That way, you can have Master Chief in the game. I'm just saying, folks. But I just think that they missed out. I think that they missed out. And it's gonna hurt, and it hurts. It's gonna hurt Sony. I mean, yeah, it's like how's it gonna hurt Sony when it's like, yeah, that's their consoles. They still have, they're still number one when it comes to units, to systems being sold. But as far as gaming, that's a different story, because it's seesaw. But Xbox and Sony, and Xbox and Nintendo is coming up quick. And the fact that, and with Fortnite, the possibilities are endless. And you have PC, Nintendo Switch, and the Xbox One all jumping on board to making this a big deal. And here's Fortnite. I mean, here's PlayStation all the way out here. So, you have these three, right here, and then PlayStation all the way down here. I'm sorry, you were given an opportunity to join with them, and that's why that video was made. And I think that video was superb. I applaud Phil Spencer and Reggie for their wonderful, wonderful video that they gave out. As far as the console wars between Nintendo and Microsoft, that's pretty much coming to fruition. And now there's talks about, like, there's going to be even more crossover games between Ubisoft and Nintendo, and I think that's a good partnership right there. I really do think so. I think that's amazing. Come on, Sega. Come on, do that with Sonic and Mario. Come on. I don't want to see them at the Olympics. I want to see an adventure with Sonic and Mario. Come on, make something happen. Plus, it'll be great for the fact that the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is going to be coming out, and Jim Carrey's in talks of playing Dr. Robotnik. Oh, I'm sorry, Eggman. I kind of left that one alone, but still, I had to pick on the name. But, but seriously, Fortnite is a big deal, and I just think that Sony is being selfish right now. I think Sony really is being very, very selfish when it comes to that, because I think that they could do, that Sony can do anything, and to make it, and make and think about that. The console wars would be even better with the cross-play form, because you got Xbox, you'll have Xbox gamers tagging up, going up against Sony players and everything, and you would see that and be like, hey, this is amazing, and say, yeah, okay, let's put your money where it out there. Put your money where your mouth is. Let's see who's better. Let's find out who's better. Is it, you Sony gamers, or is it you Xbox players? Come on, let's find out. Here, put our sticks together. Let's mash these controllers together and make something happen. I think that would be great. But again, I just think that Sony's being selfish on that part. And you have to understand that this could be a big deal. And I especially like their excuse when they wanted when they wanted PlayStation to cross-platform with all the other systems during the whole Minecraft fiasco, and they said it was so stupid. Their excuse was so stupid. It was something like in line of like, oh, we don't want our players to uh to to come up with to the little kids that play it on their Switches or their Wii U's or whatever, and you know and be all perverts, and be perverts about it. I'm sorry, but that you know unless the Sony PlayStation's gamer demographic are Catholic priests, I don't know. So, I mean, that's the only way. I mean, I'm just saying. But we all know that that's not true because of the fact that, you know, everyone's still complaining about, everyone's you know, still calls blasphemy on God of War. I mean, really. I don't like that game. No one said you had to like it. In Smite. But again, Sony, you guys had an opportunity, to do something wonderful, and you guys missed out. You guys missed out terribly, and who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in the future? We really don't know. And speaking of Fortnite, pretty much end this episode here. Um, Fortnite was sued by PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and the reason behind that is because, according to PUBG, the developers said, PUBG developers said that Epic Games stole their idea, is a blatant copy of PUBG. No, I'm serious. This is actually true. They actually believe that. Okay, everybody know. I'm not going to get into detail because everybody knows what PUBG is. Everybody knows what Fortnite is. I mean, they're both battle royale games, just in two different aspects. The graphics are different. The mechanics are certainly different because in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, I don't see them crafting bunkers or anything like that to be safe compared to um Fortnite's mechanics, because of the fact that Fortnite's mechanics are similar to Minecraft. You're crafting and surviving, and I just think that it's wrong that that PUBG thought that was happening, and you know what? They're stupid. PUBG is stupid for doing that, and their other reason for doing that is because of the fact that Fortnite is taking players away from from PUBG. I'm like, who the fuck cares on that point? It's like, if gamers rather play Fortnite than PUBG, then it's their goddamn right to do so. Who the hell does PUBG think they are, saying that it's taken away from taking players away from us. I'm like, it's their right to play whatever the hell they want to play. If they want to play Fortnite more than PUBG and vice versa, then they have their right to do so. You don't have that say and say, "Oh, we want you gamers to play PUBG. We don't want you playing Fortnite or any other game. We need you to play this." I mean, if that was their case, then, everybody would be playing Call of Duty. Just saying. Just saying. Or everybody playing Grand Theft Auto. Just saying. Just saying. I mean, come on. Just saying. Everybody has a right to play whatever they want. If you prefer to play Fortnite over PUBG and vice versa, then damn it, do so. And to be quite honest with you, I would rather play Fortnite more than PUBG because, number one, I'm not familiar with PUBG's mechanics because I never played it, so I can't really critique on that game. I can't say that, oh, this game sucks or anything like that. I can't say that, so I can't give out a positive. But I'm more comfortable by playing Fortnite because I know I suck on that game, and I know that I'm going to have a lot of fun doing so. I'm still going to have a lot of fun regardless, but still. But I just think that PUBG's being, jealous at the point that the fact that, they do have, I've seen how the game is played, and their game is fine. To be honest with you, there's absolutely no difference. I mean, there is a difference, but, there are no similarities between the two. So because of that, the court threw the book, closed the case. I mean, it just said, "Are you serious?" And they dismissed it. They dismissed everything. Nobody won. And because it was a stupid case to go through. It was stupid. I read the whole entire report, and I still think it's stupid. It's like PUBG is jealous over Fortnite's success. I mean, again, we really don't know what game came first. Was it Fortnite or was it PUBG? We really don't know. They pretty much came around the same time. But still, to be that ballsy about it and saying that, oh, we came up with the idea first, and so, we came up with the idea first, and, and they're just being they're being fucking childish. That's what it is. They're being idiotically childish at the moment. And I just think that they're being selfish. So it's enough for me to drive this car off of Mount Chiliad. just right, and it's still intact. Oh man. Man, I trashed this car. This car is trashed. So, but anyways, that's all the time I have for today, and hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I had fun doing it. And you can follow me on Twitter at TomDog247, and if you missed any of tonight's episode, you can check it out as soon as I turn off the camera. Give it a little while, it'll be up on there. Check it out. And thumbs up the video if you like it, and comment down below which game would you rather be playing, PUBG or Fortnite, you know, and what do you think about their PUBG's lawsuit and everything like that, and so, and any of tonight's topics that you heard, you know, feel free to comment on that. Give a shout out to Jeffrey the Giraffe and everything, or your Toys R Us moments and everything. It'll be good to share some stories as well as I shared mine. Also, ringy dingy that bell, and more importantly, more than anything in the world, face hug that subscribe button. We will see you on Wednesday with another exciting episode of Channel X. Until then, this is Tom Dog saying take care, so long, peace.